What's going on, everybody? It's producer Drew from 5 for Talking, aka the guy behind the camera. Now this is a bonus episode for 5 for Talking. Every fourth week we're going to release a bonus episode. It's either going to be a top 10 list, a pop quiz, or a let's play. In this episode we're going to be talking about the expansion draft, and we're going to rank all 9 teams and see which ones were the best. Now let's get into it. Coming in at number 9 we got Atlanta and Winnipeg. The Atlanta area would be given and also lose their second NHL franchise with the Thrashers, who started in 1999-2000 and would eventually relocate to Winnipeg, the former team being the Flames, who moved to Calgary. Winnipeg did previously have a team also named the Jets, who relocated to Phoenix. The Atlanta side of the team was much less successful prior to the relocation to Winnipeg, with both teams combined for a record of 558 wins, 628 losses, and 174 extra points with those 2 playoff appearances, never passing the second round. Ilya Kovalchuk leads with 328 goals and 615 points. The person who's played the most games is Chris Thorburn with 709. Coaching wins is a tie, 136 between Paul Maurice and Bob Hartley. Goalie wins goes to Pavlek with 152. The Columbus Blue Jackets would be the first team to go back to Ohio in 2000, after the departure of the Cleveland Barons in 1979. Though there were a few unsuccessful attempts to bring hockey back to Cleveland and Cincinnati over the years, the Blue Jackets have an all-time record of 535 wins, 589 losses, with 2 playoff appearances, and one 50-win season. Rick Nash is the all-time leader, with 674 games played, 289 goals, and 547 points. Sergei Bobrovsky has the most wins as a goalie with 139, while Todd Richard barely beats Ken Hitchcock for coaching with 127 wins. Coming in at number 7, the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers arrived in the 1993-1994 season and would shock the hockey world by making the Stanley Cup Finals with a pretty subpar team. They would only make the playoffs 4 times after that, never passing the second round, with what appears to be a great team on the come-up. The Panthers' all-time record is 737 wins, 768 losses, and 315 overtime losses, with 1,789 total points. Olli Jokinen is the all-time leader in both goals with 188 and points with 419, while Stefan Weiss leads in games played with 654. Goalie wins are led by Roberto Luongo with 194, and coaching wins goes to Jarquis Martin for the second time on this list with 110 wins. At number 6, the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild are the second franchise to call the state of Minnesota home, the Minnesota North Stars being the first team who left Dallas in 1993. Having many fans already from the first team, the Wild found their legs very early in the 2000-2001 season. They have a record of 607 wins, 494 losses, and 177 overtime losses, with a total of 1,391 points to go along with 7 playoff appearances, one of which took them to the conference finals. Marian Gaborik leads on goals with 219, while Mikko Koivu leads in points with 614 and games played with 843. Nicholas Backstrom leads the way for goalies with 194 wins. Jacques Lemieux takes it for coaching with 293 wins. And at number 5 we have the Nashville Predators. The Nashville Predators came into the league as a new wave of expansion teams in the 1998-1999 season. Since their entry into the NHL, the Music City has built one of the strongest fan bases in all of hockey. In the 18 seasons, the Preds have 686 wins, 560 losses, and 196 overtime losses, with a total of 1,568 points. They have 9 playoff appearances, including one in the 2017 Stanley Cup Finals where they lost a 4-2 series to Pittsburgh Penguins. David Leguan leads in all 3 categories with 956 games played, 210 goals, and 566 points. Pekka Rinne leads in goalie wins with 269. Barry Trotz leads in coach wins with 557 as one of the only 2 people who have ever coached the franchise. Coming in at number 4, the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators came into the league during the 1992-1993 season, alongside Tampa. Though they took the name of the former Ottawa franchise, the organization does not acknowledge any of its 11 Stanley Cups as their own. In 24 seasons, the Sens' record is 866 wins, 788 losses, with 250 overtime losses. They have 15 playoff appearances, making 3 conference finals, one of which resulted in a Stanley Cup final loss to Anaheim in 2007. Daniel Alfredsson leads in goals with 426 and leads in points with 1,108. Chris Phillips leads in games played with 1,179. The coach that's won the most games in the franchise is Jacques Martin with 341. The goalie that's done the best is Craig Anderson with 151 wins. Let's go, Craig. Coming in at number 3, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay came into the league as a new wave of southern teams coming to the NHL that happened in 1992-1993. Over their 24 seasons, they have a record of 790 wins and 870 losses, with 244 overtime losses. They have 9 playoff appearances, including 3 conference finals and 1 Stanley Cup. John Tortorella is the all-time leading coach in wins with 239. Martin St. Louis is the all-time leader in points with 953. Vincent Lecavalier is the leader in goals with 383, hopefully soon to be beat by your boy, Steven Stammer. Vincent Lecavalier also leads with 1,037 games played. The most wins by a goalie is by Ben Bishop with 131. Coming in at number 2, the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks came into the league in the 1991-1992 season. In their 25 seasons, they have assembled 929 wins and 802 losses, with 253 overtime losses. They have 19 playoff appearances, including 4 conference finals, one of which they made to the Stanley Cup Finals and lost in the 2015-2016 season. Patrick Marleau is the all-time leader with 508 goals and 1,082 points, and the games played is also owned by Patrick Marleau with 1,493. Todd McKellan is the coach who has the most wins with 311. Evgeny Nabokov is the goalie who has the most wins with 293. And coming in at number 1, you probably guessed it, the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks' inaugural season was in 1993-1994. The team gained fame and a large young fan base due to the success of the Disney franchise The Mighty Ducks, though it doesn't hurt to have legends like Scott Niedermayer, Chris Pronger, Paul Kariya, and Tino Solani play for you. The Ducks have a record of 865 wins, 709 losses, and 246 overtime losses, with a total of 1,976 points. The Mighty Ducks have made it to the playoffs 13 times, with 5 of those times going to the conference finals, 2 of them going to the Stanley Cup finals, and 1 of them winning the Stanley Cup. Tino Solani leads in goals with 457, leads in points with 988, and leads in games played with 966. Goalie wins goes to Jean-Sébastien Giguère with 206, and coaching wins goes to Randy Carlyle with 319. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys agree or disagree with anything in this list, let us know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps us out. We'll be back next week with a regular episode of 5 for Talking. Have a good day, guys. Peace out.